Welcome to our video about the top 10 darkest secrets of North Korea, featuring the insights of Yeonmi Park, a North Korean defector and human rights activist. Yeonmi's harrowing story of escape from the regime has shed light on the brutal reality of life in North Korea. In this video, we'll delve into some of the most disturbing facts about the country as recounted by Yeonmi and other sources. So buckle up and prepare to learn the shocking truth about North Korea. Number 10. Children as young as 7 forced into labor camps. One of the most disturbing secrets about North Korea is the use of forced labor camps, where children as young as 7 are forced to work in harsh conditions without proper food and medical care. Yeonmi Park has shared her own experience of being sent to a labor camp at the age of 13, where she was forced to work 12 hours a day and survive on meager rations. Children in these camps are subjected to physical and emotional abuse, and many are separated from their families. This is a clear violation of human rights, and it is heartbreaking to imagine the suffering of these innocent children. Number 9. Censorship and propaganda. Another dark secret of North Korea is the regime's tight control of all forms of media, including the internet. Yeonmi Park has spoken about how she grew up believing that North Korea was the best country in the world, as she was only exposed to state-controlled propaganda. The government uses censorship and propaganda to control the thoughts and behaviors of its citizens, and anyone who dares to speak out or access unauthorized information is subject to severe punishment. This lack of information and freedom of expression leaves North Korea in the dark about the world beyond their borders and perpetuates the regime's power. Number 8. Forced abortions and infanticide. Another shocking secret of North Korea is the regime's policy of forced abortions and infanticide. Yeonmi Park has spoken about how pregnant women are required to undergo ultrasounds, and if the fetus is deemed unfit by the state, they are forced to have an abortion. In some cases, infants born with disabilities or deformities are killed by medical staff or left to die. This policy is rooted in the regime's emphasis on eugenics and maintaining a pure North Korean race. The idea that a government would take away a woman's right to choose and use infanticide as a tool for social engineering is deeply disturbing and a clear violation of human rights. Number 7. The public executions. Public executions are a common occurrence in North Korea and are used as a tool for instilling fear in the population and maintaining control. Yeonmi Park has described how she witnessed public executions where people were beaten, hung, or shot in front of large crowds. These executions are often carried out for minor crimes such as stealing food or attempting to defect. The regime believes that public executions serve as a warning to others and help deter people from breaking the law. However, this practice is a clear violation of international law and human rights, and it is a testament to the brutal nature of the regime in North Korea. Number 6. Widespread malnutrition. Despite being a self-proclaimed socialist paradise, widespread malnutrition is another dark secret of North Korea, with an estimated 10 million people, or 40% of the population, suffering from food insecurity. Yeonmi Park has spoken about how her family was forced to survive on grass and tree bark during the height of the famine in the 1990s. The regime's focus on military spending and nuclear weapons development has left little resources for the average North Korean to survive. The government also controls the distribution of food and access to food and is often used as a tool for punishment or reward. The result is a population plagued by stunted growth, developmental delays, and other health problems. The scale of this crisis is truly staggering and a clear indication of the regime's disregard for the basic needs and well-being of its citizens. Hey, here's a question. Did you subscribe to Oasisify? If not yet, smash it now for more amazing videos. Let's move on to the next. Number 5. The secretive elite. The secretive elite of North Korea is another dark secret to the regime. With a small group of individuals holding immense power and wealth, Yeonmi Park has described how the ruling Kim family and their inner circle live lavish lifestyles while the rest of the population suffers in poverty. The elite have access to imported goods, luxury cars, and expensive homes. while the rest of the population struggles to survive. This stark contrast in living standards highlights the vast inequality and injustice within the country. The elite are also so notorious for their human rights abuses, including forced labor, torture, and arbitrary detention. The fact that a small group of individuals holds so much power and wealth at the expense of the rest of the population is a clear indication of the corrupt nature of the regime of North Korea. Number 4. Torture and inhumane treatment. Torture and inhumane treatment of prisoners and detainees are common in North Korea, another dark secret of the regime. Yeonmi Park has spoken about how her father was tortured in a labor camp and how she witnessed other prisoners being subjected to brutal beatings and electric shocks. Detainees are often held in overcrowded and unsanitary conditions, and they are denied access to medical care and basic human necessities. The regime uses torture as a tool for extracting confessions and maintaining control, and it is not uncommon for detainees to die from their injuries. This blatant disregard for human rights is a clear violation of international law, and it highlights the brutal nature of the regime in North Korea. Number 3. Government officially prohibits religion. Religious freedom is prohibited in North Korea, and the regime views any form of religious practice as a threat to its authority. Yeonmi Park has also described how the regime officially prohibits all forms of religion and how individuals caught practicing their faith are punished with imprisonment and execution. The regime enforces a cult of personality around the ruling Kim family, and citizens are required to worship the Kims as their supreme leader. The government controls all forms of expression, including artistic and cultural activities, and propaganda is used to indoctrinate the population with the regime's ideology. Number 2. The horrors of the prison camps. The prison camps in North Korea are some of the most horrifying places on earth, and they are another dark secret of the regime. Brutal beatings, starvation, and forced labor. The conditions in these camps are unsanitary, overcrowded, and inhumane, with detainees suffering from malnutrition, disease, and torture. The regime uses these camps to punish political dissidents, religious believers, and everyone deemed to be a threat to the regime's authority. Number 1. Nuclear Weapons Program. North Korea's nuclear weapon program is another dark secret to the regime, and it has caused international concern and condemnation. Yeonmi Park has spoken about how the regime's obsession with nuclear weapons has come at the expense of the population's basic needs, such as food, healthcare, and education. The regime has conducted several nuclear tests and launched ballistic missiles, which have violated multiple UN resolutions and caused tensions with neighboring countries. The regime's nuclear weapons program is viewed as a threat to regional and global security, and it has led to economic sanctions and diplomatic isolation. The regime's pursuit of nuclear weapons is a clear indication of its disregard for the well-being of its citizens and its willingness to prioritize its military ambitions over the population's needs. In conclusion, the top 10 darkest secrets of North Korea provide a chilling insight into the brave testimonies of defectors like Yeonmi Park that the world can learn about the atrocities committed by the regime and work towards bringing an end to the suffering of the North Korean people. Thank you for watching the video featuring the insights of Yeonmi Park, and we hope that it has shed light on the realities of life under the North Korean regime. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel.